Welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're going to be taking a really structured, analytical look at the mechanics of career management. We're unpacking the exact frameworks that organizations use to turn a static, everyday job into a really dynamic, lifelong professional expedition.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll be covering 1. The job versus career journey. 2. The shared career blueprint. 3. The 5-step planning process. 4. Vehicles for career development. 5. Navigating the 4 stages. And finally, 6. The digital career dashboard. So let's get right into it.
Section 1, Job versus Career Journey. Okay, let's dive into this. Before we hit the road, we really need to make sure we clearly define our foundational terms.
It is incredibly easy to confuse these two concepts, but they're fundamentally different. A job is just your current position, right? It's a single stop on the map. A career, on the other hand, well, that's the entire sequence of your roles, your experiences, and your professional achievements over a lifetime. It is the long-term journey. When you actually shift your mindset from just holding a job to actively managing a career, your entire perspective on your daily work completely changes.
To chart that journey, career planning requires you to stop and answer 2 absolutely vital questions. In fact, I want you to ask yourself these right now. Where am I now, and where do I want to be in the future? These aren't just deep philosophical questions. According to our source material, answering these 2 very specific questions acts as the literal compass for your professional journey. It reveals the exact gap in education, skills, and experience that you're going to need to bridge.
Section 2. The shared career blueprint. Now, here is the great news. You actually aren't expected to bridge that gap entirely alone. While you, the employee, hold the compass, a good organization helps build the roads. Let's ground ourselves in the official terminology for a second. Career management is formally defined as the process through which organizations and employees work together to plan, develop, and achieve career goals. Notice that specific phrasing, work together. The overarching motif here is shared responsibility. It's an alignment of your personal individual aspirations with the organization's overarching objectives. When this shared blueprint works, literally everyone wins. For you, the employee, it provides a totally clear path to achieve your goals, which naturally enhances your job satisfaction and motivation. For the organization, it reduces turnover, keeping talented staff from walking out the door, and ensures there's a steady pipeline of skilled future leaders ready to step up as the company expands. It's the ultimate win-win scenario.
Section 3. The 5-step planning process. Now, what's really interesting about this is the actual structured itinerary organizations use to make all of this happen.
So, this is the 5-step systematic process organizations generally follow, and it flows perfectly. First, you figure out what you actually want through self-assessment. Second, you set realistic career goals. Third, the organization steps in for a competency assessment to see if you have the skills needed for those goals. Fourth, you jointly create a career development plan to bridge any of those skill gaps. And fifth, because, things always change, you engage in continuous review to keep your plan totally aligned with reality.
But I want to highlight step 1 for a moment, because without it, the rest of the steps literally collapse. Evaluating your interests, skills, strengths, weaknesses, and values is absolutely critical. Self-awareness forms the concrete foundation of effective career planning. If you don't know your own values and your own weaknesses, you can't possibly set the right goals for step 2.
Section 4, Vehicles for Career Development. Once you have your map and your goals, how do you actually move forward? Let's transition to the vehicles that propel an employee forward on their development plan.
We need to draw a really clear contrast here. If career planning is drawing the map, career development is the continuous process of acquiring the competencies to actually travel the route. It's the ongoing activities undertaken by both you and the organization to improve your knowledge and experience for future growth.
And human resources provides a fantastic fleet of vehicles to get you there. These methods include formal training programs or job rotation, where you actually move through different departments to broaden your understanding of the whole operation. It could be coaching from supervisors to solve immediate day-to-day work problems, or mentoring, which offers that long-term guidance from experienced colleagues. It even includes educational assistance for higher degrees or specialized certifications.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core dynamic of modern professional growth. HR is simply the facilitator. They identify the opportunities, they organize the training, and they set up those mentoring programs. But the employee, you, are responsible for actively managing your own career. Think of it like this. HR hands you the keys and provides the vehicle, but you absolutely must be the one to drive.
Section 5. Navigating the 4 stages. Because as you drive, the scenery is definitely going to change.
While progression isn't always perfectly linear, most people pass through these 4 distinct phases. You start in the exploration stage, which is all focused on learning and identifying your interests. Then you move to establishment, where you build deep expertise and gain stability. Next up is growth, characterized by taking on greater responsibilities and stepping into leadership roles. Finally, you reach maintenance, where you continue to contribute, but your focus really shifts toward mentoring others and leaving a legacy, all while keeping your own skills updated.
Of course, no road is without traffic. Organizations face some pretty steep challenges on this route. They constantly have to navigate roadblocks like limited promotion opportunities. I mean, there are only so many leadership spots at the top, right? They also have to manage rapid technological changes, evolving employee expectations, and the constant pressure of retaining highly talented staff. It is a very delicate balancing act between the organization's needs and your individual aspirations. Section 6. The Digital Career Dashboard. Let's move to our final section and see how this all builds into the modern era. Technology has completely rewritten how we navigate this terrain.
It is absolutely fascinating how technology has transformed career development. We aren't just relying on dusty annual paper reviews anymore. Organizations are using digital career portals and learning management systems. We're seeing AI-based career recommendations that analyze your specific skills and actually suggest your next best move. There are online competency assessments, virtual mentoring that connects you with leaders across the globe, and even digital skill passports that verify your competencies in real time. So the crucial point here is that all of this technology is designed to do one specific thing: empower you. These digital tools give you unprecedented, direct control over your own professional GPS. You no longer have to wait for HR to tap you on the shoulder and tell you what your options are. You can log in today, assess your own skills, find learning modules, and chart your very own course.
We'll wrap up this explainer with a really powerful insight straight from the source. In the modern workplace, career success is no longer just a series of promotions. It's measured by continuous learning, your adaptability, and your ongoing employability. So, I'll leave you with this final, provocative thought. Are you relying on past promotions, or are you continuously upgrading your skills to guarantee your employability on your own long-term journey? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep driving your career forward.